Good afternoon, everyone. We are in intimidated. Oh, this is class for preacher, but
we're back.
If you're back, don't back.
These chapters are very challenging to me. Charlie, like a very last minute. Need that. Really, I have some. So, proper battery thing. Do. First resource are always Bible first. Do Daddy read? So the Bible is always the most important because people use other books, but you have to be careful. That's why all my lessons do Bible first. Prepare sermon, everything. What I want to point out is this phrase. Rightly dividing the word of truth. What does that mean? Because many people apply, use God's word the right way. So we have to use God's word the right way, apply it the right way. Not use one way, that way. Be careful choosing verses and teach using the Bible the right way. People like baptism, no, that was the right sign. So we have to be careful how we teach using God's word the right way. I use Google now. A long time ago, I remember first now, internet, easy, everything was there. That's why I use Google for everything. I have the list of things I use, cross information, Bible pictures. I use Bible picture for my sermon, for PowerPoint. That's why Bible maps, very good place to go for maps. Type of ideas. I use a lot of ideas from the Bible class. Question for Bible question. Stand for different Bible facts, any information. I like the picture. Running home. Yeah. Feel good. Find the answer. I don't carry Bible with me. Only Bible there. Bible I read all the time. Very helpful. So there are many different Bible apps. Well, I use those. I use that a lot. I use like something I use for key or for my phone. That's what because easy to find word like word search, word many first writing fast. Right away, but there writing what I use. Offline, I can use Bible gateway. never use Deaf Bible, Deaf Bible. There are many other Bible apps, but this is the third one. Any questions about it?
Carter, what is that?
That's the name of the company. They have many different translations. I use for different translation, King James, New Living Translation, NIV. That's why I switch, get an idea. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Dirt. Then first body has the word
Nice system. Under the word
Deck Carter.
Carter, I was looking at it right now.
Yeah, I have to pay, for the different translation. Yeah, but I like it, no advertisement. Makes it free advertisement. Which have Deaf Bible, but I use New Living Translation. Pretty good, pretty cool. For each translation, you pay, I think, $4.99. I have 4 different translations. I put it for compare. That's what I use. There are many websites. No, once, two, one. If you want other translation, store metals. Sometimes you get website like story tab. I can't help it. There are many pictures that for background pictures on.
Talk about the translation, the Bible, so forth, different things, or the food, or
That's the fourth one. Different idea for to make a sermon if you want to make a lecture, women's class, children's class, any kind. Anytime for a dance class or a sermon, have to develop your own material. Have to develop because the bookstore have writing staff material. The bookstore religion have to make your own. So many of like my favorite one of the Bible characters that I like to think about people like Moses showed up playing about their prophetic kind of person to get to know their ways through study I love to teach the Bible character. Current issues, many things that pop up in the world. One subject, so you can share, use that example to teach, for example, the next one. Transgender, can't go in, women's bathroom, really problems, so that's why that's a hot topic. I preached a sermon about that about 2 weeks ago. Bathroom work also. Yeah, already everywhere. I go on that. I talk soft. I know you can hear me.
Can you hear?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, let me find side fast. Oh,
So is he calling now?
He's low.
He's hearing it.
He's really low.
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, that's okay. I'm feeling. So, always good too, because I use several different translations to compare, to understand better. Because, like King James, I understand King James, so I use ERV, NLT, New King James, stand clear, and I share that with the deaf to help them understand God's word better.
What about trying to talk with low verbal that don't know many words?
That's why I use as well opportunity to teach words, so even simple words.
Yeah, I've been that many times.
Yeah. You don't want to go over their head because
No.
deaf group is unique because some low verbal, some high in the same class. So it's more challenging for us to teach. So, like from our church, some SL, some PSE, some only.
After SDE.
I haven't got any SEE so
I do.
far. Well, my daughter, she interpreted for school, mainstream. The children who come in at the AFL, they find out easy, better than SE. Like why many children learn AFL through interpreter. It's changing AFL more than SE now.
Good.
It really helps me to use birds or words I put in. I find that helps me a lot through that program out. Now all commentaries are good. We have to what we call the word clean. Clean means to pick and choose. Doctor. That's why be careful what you use. Commentaries, you have to be careful.
Make sure the commentaries you get from Church of Christ.
Well, sometimes even from Church of Christ can be sometimes true. So I have to be very careful with some of those too. You have to compare.
I have the best truth for today.
Yeah. It depends on the person. They're all different opinions. Difficult. So you have to be very careful. So that valve related to that. Reference by some in the back, like each study Bible is different, not the same.
Right.
That's the problem. Too many different opinions, too many. Bible.ca. Bible.ca. Thank you for sharing with me. I didn't know that. I was checking on myself.
Thank you for checking that for me.
You've been
I use Bible dictionary.
I use a Bible dictionary sometimes.
Book.
Yeah.
Internet more.
I use the internet a lot more than the actual physical
Encyclopedia.
paper book. You know, the encyclopedia as well. You know, a lot of the times I can find the information online.
About why Catholic Church worship Mary.
For example, I've found that information about why the Catholic Church worships Mary, and you can look at all that information. You can read all day long.
I learned a lot.
I've really learned a lot through studying what they believe, what they do, and about how they really kind of seem to prioritize Mary rather than Jesus.
Very interesting.
Really interesting.
Helps me to understand.
That's helps me to understand
People.
a good way to connect with people who are Catholic and help them become a true Christian.
Small book,
Haley's Handbook.
I have a book.
I have a few of those. I really never use that one too much. Shame on me. The Thompson Chain Reference File, that's really the one I like to use the most. That's one I had mine for 30 years.
So there are many different Bible studies.
There's many different Bible studies out there. You know, sometimes you have different ones that are color coded, particular verses. You know, like blue will mean something about water, or you know, red might mean hell or something. They just color code them different ways.
These are my
home Bible studies, the ones that I use to teach people who aren't Christians yet, and how to live. I developed these. These are my own handouts. There's 6 different classes right there.
So, yeah.
I made them myself. Yes, on my laptop. Use my own laptop. Made them.
So, what is the Bible?
What is the Bible? What is sin? Second one, third one. Who's Jesus? You know, a lot of times, if you don't know what's in the Bible, you have to explain who is Jesus, and so you have that explanation first of what is the Bible, and then who is Jesus, and then how to be saved. What must I do to be saved? And then the 5th one, what is the church? Explanation of what the church is. And final one is the one about church history and be able to see God's hands throughout the years.
So that's what I use to study.
That's what I use to study the Word, and a lot of times deaf people really love to study these. They love that visual aid. Have a question here? Do you hand those things out?
Not yet.
No.
Some people
You made
have.
them where anyone can have
Because
them?
I use the pictures.
Not yet. I use the pictures from Google and things like that. I don't want to have any copyright problems or issues
If
there.
I tell the idea.
Mark Lowenstein's question, you know, if it's not your picture, it's not your own intellectual property, then you can look and see at other people's things and kind of see different pictures that other people have. And you can put together a huge collage of a whole bunch of other people's pictures and make it your own intellectual property there.
But I've seen some people use pictures.
I've seen some people use pictures
Internet.
off the internet,
Mention.
and they don't have anything about having permission there, and so I feel a little.
Copyright block.
I want to make sure.
Um,
Sometimes you can actually check to see if it has a copyright block on there. Any questions back? Could you draw? Can you draw a little bit?
Pictures.
You know, maybe somebody with experience who could really draw. Might, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, like my husband was a preacher long ago, and he developed his own course, and he drew his own pictures. And so, you know, there's many different little pictures, and you know, they weren't the most perfect pictures, but they were great examples, and they were really good to be able. They looked almost like any of these pictures you might get off the internet. You know, but somebody's going to look at it and understand what it means. Well, I'm not that skilled. I can't quite do that. Legally, you can bring it out and print them out and hand them out in class, but you can't just hand them out to anyone. That's right. You can't put it on the internet saying it's your own or anything like that. You can't benefit from it, gain money from it, anything like that. But as long as you're not doing that, you'll be all right. I forgot to add one thing when it comes to songs, using songs.
Change the words. Have to get permission from the.
Before you change any words or anything like that from a songbook, you're going to have to get permission. You have to pay a fee to be able to change the words from the original songbook. Yeah, you can get in trouble. It can be risky. You might have a problem. You need to ask for permission first and have a signed permission. Send them the check, and they'll send you your permission form. What about the ones in the church program that they don't have anything that comes up in the church program? They don't say anything about it in the program that they put up in church or in the class that you can see, so that way you can sign the songs. Well, still, you need to have permission of the company. You have to get that permission from the company. And if you change any of the words or anything like that, they can have a file a complaint because you changed the words of their song. And I know we're just doing that to make it clear, but a lot of times, you know, hearing people, they speak in English in a way that we just don't quite understand the same.
One thing to study and meditate.
One thing, you need to make sure you're studying and meditating on God's Word, really thinking about what you just read.
Then make sure you obey.
We need to make sure that we also obey His Word. You know, we can sit there, we can study, we can meditate it, but don't obey it. We got to be careful. Got to be careful. Ask. English, what?
Easy to read.
Easy to read version. ERV is the easy to read version, kind of like the EVD. It's a lot like the EVD, English version of dead.
Many people think it's used for a new Christian people to study about.
Many times people will try to get that for a new Christian. You know, really, I'm a preacher and I use that too. I'm looking to find a good way to be able to apply God's Word for our lives today. You know, I still use that today. I use it, especially with people who are non-Christian. It's good for everyone.
classes or whatever.
When we're studying and training lessons, you know, maybe having a home Bible study, ask for wisdom. Always remember to ask for wisdom. Help me to find an answer, be able to help these people. Give me the wisdom that I need, however you need to say it. But always ask it from God. The point of me using this verse right here is that phrase, do you understand what you are reading? A lot of times, deaf people, I have to ask them that question. Do you understand? Do you understand what you read? And a lot of times the answer is no. Do you understand how to be able to be a Christian? A lot of times elders and deacons are great at being able to help and explain it. You know, but deaf culture, you know, is one thing that's important is ASL. English is not always the same, and so it might not be as clear if it's written in English. A lady that we know, she's a wonderful lady, and she's really connected with me and helped me to be able to understand. I go, oh, well, yeah, I understand that, but she's able to make it clear for me to understand.
Help people understand.
It's great to help. We got to make sure we're helping people understand. And the man says, how can I understand? I need someone to explain it to me. And same for us a lot. Question. NLT, what does the NLT mean? The New Living Translation. It's you know, simple language. You know, simple language for the everyday person. It's a very good translation. I like it.
You can buy Bible,
Where can I get one? You can go to a Bible bookstore. You can get a Bible app on your phone. It'll have it.
So it's to help us understand.
Help us understand the spiritual wisdom that we need to pray for and be able to help people. You know, our members need to be helping people. We need to be praying to help have our deaf people have some wisdom and understanding of the Word of God. That's what that word insight means right there. It means understanding. We'll grow in the knowledge, and a lot of times people, they don't really know God's Word, and we got to keep with it and help them understand. David wrote that. Help me understand your law. Some translations say your law. Some say instructions. Some say precepts.
One thing about your
You know, what we're thinking about is your teachings.
Think about meditate.
Help me meditate on those.
So we as preachers need to study.
As preachers, we need to study and continue to study.
Not easy sometimes.
It's not easy though sometimes to find the time. There's so many different distractions and things that come up. We have to take care of our children. We have to take care of the members. We have to go to a funeral. It's hard to find time to plan and study.
So, any questions or comments?
Any questions or comments? Boring class. Are you done? Are you done? Well, this is the last slide. So I want to see. Try to. Try to be able to make everything where everyone can understand it and match at the level somebody is at. Like you were talking about that lady who helps you be able to understand. What do you use? What do you use to be able to make it clearer?
Use more picture.
A lot of times I use a lot more pictures or visual aids, maybe even act it out. There's just different ways that everyone has of just trying to interact with the person and get to know them.
Class, like I teach a class.
You know, if I teach a class, a lot of times she'll stand up, she'll help me, help with the deaf members. They'll be able to look at her and they really understand what it is that she's saying. And she's just very skilled at that. I went into school this morning, Jordan. So they prefer me than rather Mike Atteberry because he's much more English. So now deaf people go in that direction. I'm very English. I'm not as much ASL. All my ASL I really learned from him. I'm spending a lot of time with him. I really appreciate him. So you use a lot of like pictures and different things and acting it out and showing things like that. Yes. But sometimes, writing it out, just make sure you write it out for them. Another question from Ms. Jordan. Sometimes it's hard to really understand and be able to show someone that verse. When I show a verse, I make sure I try to explain exactly what it means. And I compare, here's the King James Version, and here's the ERV, or the New Living Translation, and they'll go, oh, okay, so that's generally how I use it. That's how I teach. I use one verse, and I'll just explain exactly what it means. Miss Jordan says, they were at a gospel meeting, and Leonard was preaching. He was just going on what happened. We had 12 people come up and repent. Wait a minute.
I see picture here. Right.
That kind of helped Mike understand he needs to change his English. I'm just going to come up. I'm going to come up front and sign up here. Can we see the video? Alright, okay, that's it. I got some of them out. Anyway, I have two things right here. These things right here. Really three things, for disciples in the church and baptizing them. Baptist church and some other congregations, different denominations, don't really practice baptism as much. So I would go out, and I have a lot of resources, and I would sign deaf people would look. Wow, that's amazing. Deaf missions, they'll come and they have an ASL Bible. A lot of people get a lot of benefit from that, but they have a lot of different teachings there. There's not exactly a focus on teaching the truth. They have a lot of stuff that was really nagging me, so I was ready to roll up my sleeves and get to work, but I can't do it all by myself. I can't do everything by myself. I have to have a team. When I did Deaf Go Bible, I had a team in California missions. I had a team. We would set up videos and do different things, but that's expensive. One of the negative things about Church of Christ is that we are separated, that we're autonomous. That means that everyone controls their own business. Those organizations are really good at being able to get donations and help missionaries. And one person say something to me, said 20% of Deaf Missions income comes from Churches of Christ. The 80% comes from all other denominations. A lot of times Church of Christ get left out because they're not going to go to those teachings. They know that there's conflict in what the Bible says, but something that came up in working with them, is that a lot of times it can be a lot of confusion. So now my question is, technology is great, we put it that way, we can't write, there's copyright issues and different things. They developed some of these things themselves, and we can take some of their work and be able to take that as a team, as a collaborative effort. Church of Christ sometimes are way behind. We depend on the Bible school, the correspondence course. Now we have technology. You can pull up on your phone and you can get an ASL Bible and stuff. But we really need to encourage people to put out more, to do more. These already have teams there. They're working together with each other. We have different people in Texas and Florida and California and Alabama. We're all kind of spread out there. It becomes a little bit harder to work with us. So I want to give that to you and ask, what should we do? All us old preachers, we don't really have the skill to develop and make up some of that cool stuff like I'm talking about. Let's say they get in the camera. Older preachers, don't really develop material in the same way, and teams and stuff. Where's the money? Sometimes it's maybe a really small congregation, and they don't have the funds to be able to pay for this. Not enough teamwork. Not enough connection. At least kind of saying, technology, I don't understand about all this technology, everything. There's different idioms that come on with technology, or maybe with the Bible, and I bring up and I see something and I don't quite understand what that means, and I can't quite express it. I have to look it up to be able to understand. That is one problem. Sometimes I'll look at those things up there, and I'll look at it and I'll think, that's not right. And so I'll look at this information, and that's not exactly what's right. There's a lot of emphasis. But I will have a question. Now, when you share, with some of this information that's up here, it's the same idea as like eating a fish. You gotta eat the meat, you gotta spit out the bones. You have to look at it for yourself, and you have to be able to apply it to the Bible and understand that, maybe we can use some of this material. And when it comes to the Church of Christ, maybe we can work together and have, we may have a central group or something, but here's the question: who has time? Who has the money? How can we make that work? That's something that we can start thinking about now, and start thinking about for next year. Next year's NDCW. NDCW, that's what it is, right? Yeah. All right. Anyway, next year's meeting, that's something that we can start to discuss. Many preachers are getting old. We don't have a lot of the young preachers who are coming in. We really want to get young people. We have to start doing something now, or in another 10 to 15 years, there may not be a National Deaf Christian Workshop. That's my 2 cents. It can happen. It could happen.
Gateway Bible.
Gateway Bible.
That's sponsored by Baptist Church.
Gateway Bible is sponsored by Baptist Church.
Hotline.com, sponsored by Church of Christ.
But I use that first because it has the ERB there.
I use Gateway because it has the ERB there, and I'm able to copy from that and be able to make it a lot easier to understand. The question from Mark Lowenstein, I want to throw towards Ryan, the interpreter. I have the book, The Deaf Disciple. I love to read. I read, but I prefer The World's Day, the sign. Different lessons, short lessons, different things. And having them put into ASL. That's what deaf members in congregations are going to want. They're going to have in their worship, different things to be able to have illustration, have arts, have visual aids, and also have somebody signing. Now, throw it to me. Okay. Yeah, I understand your point. Right now, this morning before lunch, I was just kind of simple explanation about Deaf Disciple. In the future, as we're looking to the future, we really want it to grow so much more than just a magazine. Because you're right, if it's online, I want you to get all those old magazines and upload them so that the history stays there. You don't forget about it. And you still have that history. But also, I want to put up new things. And that's what I want people who are willing to work with it and who are willing to do different things. We'll start to have some links, to Deaf Bible and different things. Like the World Video Bible School, they have some of their videos in ASL. Not all. Like not this morning. Yesterday morning, we had a picture of Kyle Butt. It still hadn't yet been signed. So we had an interpreter come and stand here for that. But I think something, when we start, we're just going to be uploading, we're getting scans and putting it all there and making links to, different places that, websites that are following the truth. But then also we want to upload a lot, inside. I'm a lot on Facebook. I don't really read a lot on Facebook. I block a lot of people for the truth. I block a lot because I don't want to see, say, Republican, Democrat, I don't care, but statistics say if put up a video, like 3 times as many people will click and watch. People watch that. People don't read. Deaf and hearing. People don't read anymore. People watch. Netflix. All day, right? People want to see. Want to see a video. Okay. And also, like you said, different pictures and different things help people understand. It makes it more clear. So we really are, going to, in the future, try to make sure that we have a lot of videos. And that's what I want myself, is I want people to, just talk and explain, what do you want? What do you want? How do you want to do it? And just explain, because, the internet, we can reach so many more people. Billy Lovell, that's right, I said this morning. Billy Lovell yesterday was talking about elders' relationship with the deaf, right? And one of the questions, I can't remember who, so I'm sorry if it's someone who approached him, and they said, the elders don't come and talk with us. What do we do when the elders don't come up? And talk about Paul said that you control all the flock. It's your responsibility, right? Hearing and deaf. So I really think it's important for people to know about deafness, because if you never see it, you don't think about it. There's many things, in my area, I don't think about. When I grew up and I was 18 and I moved away, there was a lot. I was like, wow. There's a world I didn't know. about many, many things in the world. Well, many people maybe not. It's not that person doesn't care. That person doesn't know. And we need to let them know. And that's, so I'm trying to, I'm kind of going around. But you're right. You're right. Exactly. Because we need to make sure that everything that we're doing, is a good connection for the deaf, but also helps those hearing members to maybe just open the eyes and see, okay, and begin to understand that, not think about just me, start to think about other people, and I think this, maybe my 2 cents, I'm gonna drop in. If we stop looking at people, that person, like that soul will live forever. One place will live forever. Where we want, So, I'm done. I'll step down. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. I was thinking, wow, so many people can.
So many people,
Facebook,
connected
Twitter,
with Facebook and Twitter and so many different social media sites.
Is a tool that we can use.
That is a tool that we can use in ministry, that we can help spread God's word.
I've seen some video from other denominations.
I've seen some videos that other denominations have put out, little different videos. Sometimes I watch and go,
It depends on the
it depends on the topic. Sometimes I just pass it by. Sometimes you see that video and everything, but then you go and you look down at the comments, and a lot of times people go way off, but you look at all these comments and you say, people are asking questions. People want to know what's the connection there. How do we connect there?
There's different things that we need to catch up.
There's so many things I've been trying to catch up. It's so hard.
I never thought. Thank you for bringing up about.
Thank you, and thank you for bringing that up about these different resources that also exist. That's very true. One more. I know Ed Class. He's a student there, and he's a great artist himself. He's drawn the art for a lot of the programs that we give out to students.
What are you doing? What do you mean? Waste your talent.
He's drawing a lot of different things and stuff. He says, "What are you doing? You're wasting your talent. Let's come with something, a good way you can use your talent." But you know what? Once again, he can't do things alone. He can do work, but he needs other people. Maybe some other people that can give some finance, other people that can send out this stuff. And I'm just thinking off the top of my head here, but there's a whole lot of stuff, like the internet especially. There's different ways that we can set up, and how are we going to do that? World Video Bible School, is great. They have support from all the churches of Christ. They're pouring money into that, and they're in Texas there, and so maybe we need to get some things going for the deaf. Billy Level is a great artist himself. He did a lot for the Deaf Disciple.
Many hearing people are unaware of the deaf needs. Because we can't do all of it now, we need the help of hearing people to help them or whatever.
Maybe many different things that we need, helping with money, with hearing. Now think about now Marco. And now people are starting to realize they're just seeing deafness, and they're seeing something about that. Maybe something we do involves deaf ministry. We need something that's going to make the church wake up. So no longer can they say, "Well, I just don't know about deafness." Same thing. Look at Niall. That we used to have something like that. Now Niall is going out and he won that now, that Dance with the Stars. Just recently.
Niall is Christian.
I wish Niall would be a Christian. I wish that would be what he's influencing to everything. That would be wonderful. That would be wonderful.
Absolutely correct.
Jim Casey,
What
you
you're
are
saying.
absolutely correct.
I'm intimidated by our preacher.
He's
Now
still
you
like
said I
intimidated by
would
preaching.
all the other rejoicing.
That's why we're here to share the ideas, culture, that many young people now have the skill. They're very technology savvy.
Many young people have a lot of skills. They're tech savvy. They'll do it, leaving some of us older people behind.
Any other comments?
Any other comments or questions?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you for your attention in this class.